Good evening. Here's the hard truth. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your mind in the way. Be not among the wine-bibbers, or among the gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man with rags. In one corner, a student held up a huge bowl of sake to a comrade, and he said, "Say, why don't you down this in one gulp?" "No thanks." "No thanks? You call yourself a samurai, and you can't even put this away?" "Sure I can, but if I do, you have to too." "Fair enough." The contest began with them gulping like horses at the trough and dribbling sake out of the corner of their mouths. An hour or so later, a couple of them started vomiting, while others were reduced to immobility and blankly staring bloodshot eyes. One, whose customary bluster became more stringent the more he drank, declaimed, "Does anyone in this country besides the young master truly understand the techniques of the Kyohachi style? If there is, hic, I want to meet him." Oops. Another stalwart, seated near Sejuro, laughed and stammered through his hiccups. "He's piling on the flattery because the young master is here. There are other schools of martial arts besides this one here in Kyoto, and the Yoshioka school's not necessarily the greatest anymore. In Kyoto alone, there's the school of Toda Saijin in Kurotani, and there's Oga Sawara Genshinsai in Kitana. And let's not forget Ito Iosai in Sharikawa, even though he doesn't take students. And what's so wonderful about them? I mean, we shouldn't get the idea we're the only swordsman in the world." "You simple-minded bastard," shouted a man whose pride had been offended. "Come forward." "Like this?" retorted the critic, standing up. "You're a member of this school, and you're belittling Yoshioka Kempo's style." "I'm not belittling it. It's just that things aren't what they used to be in the old days when the master taught the Shoguns and was considered the greatest swordsman. There are far more people practicing the way of the sword these days, not only in Kyoto, but in Edo, Matahatchi, Ichizen, in the home provinces, the western provinces, Kyushu, all over the country. Just because Yoshioka Kempo was famous doesn't mean the young master and all of us are the greatest swordsmen alive. It's just not true, so why kid ourselves? Coward, you pretend to be a samurai, but you're afraid of other schools. Who's afraid of them? I just think we should guard ourselves against becoming complacent. And who are you to be giving warnings?" With this, the offended student punched the other one in the chest, knocking him down. "You want to fight?" growled the fallen man. "Yeah, I'm ready." The seniors, Jion Tojin and Ura Ryohi, intervened. "Stop it, you two." Jumping to their feet, they pulled the two men apart and tried to soothe their ruffled feathers. "Quiet down. We all understand how you feel." A few more cups of sake were poured into the combatants, and presently things were back to normal. The firebrand was once again eulogizing himself and the others, while the critic, his arms draped around Ryohi, pleaded his case tearfully. "I only spoke up for the sake of the school," he sobbed. "If people keep spouting flatteries, Yoshioka Kempo's reputation will eventually be ruined. Ruined, I tell you." Sejuro alone remained relatively sober. Noticing this, Toji said, "You're not enjoying the party, are you?" Do you think they really enjoy it, I wonder?" "Sure, this is their idea of a good time. I don't see how when they carry on like that. Look, why don't we go to someplace quieter? I've had enough of this too." Sejuro, looking much relieved, quietly assented. "I'd like to go to the place we were at last night." So when Musashi does show up to the Yoshioka school, it does demonstrate the last chapter, chapter 8, where Musashi is on the path. He's learning the way. These kids have lost the path. They lost the way. It's gone. So when Musashi shows up, it's a transition between the two. The Yoshioka are shown how off track they are, and how pride has taken over that school. And we'll get to these chapters, but the highlight of this chapter being that, one, the opening chapter demonstrates how power was given throughout the entire region of Japan through these battles and this loss of life and the struggles between the warring houses, the Daimyo and the Shoguns, and then how one man can be on the path, demonstrate how things are done. The Yoshioka the father of the school, and then years down the road, everything is lost. It's lost because the kids fell off the way. They weren't taught right, and then now they're off wasting away everything that they know. So Musashi finds these guys, and he knows about the reputation, and he just wants to test himself against them, and he realizes these guys are no longer what they were, and they lost the way. So real easy to lose the way, real hard to get back on.